Hey guys, Rabbit here, back with another Starcraft Broodwar Remastered cast, and we are back on the ladder, February 2023. It is the terrifyingly brilliant Terran Rush, and he is playing against, in my opinion, the best Zerg player in China, Xiaoshuai. Now, we played a game of Xiaoshuai against Bonneth not too long ago on our channel. It was an absolute cracker. This man showed that he is an incredibly capable player. Can he go toe-to-toe with somebody as good as Rush, who has gotten very far in ASL, been a fixture at the absolute top of Broodwar for quite some time? I think he's going to have his work cut out for him, if I'm honest. We're on Vermeer, so let's see how this goes. For those that are returning viewers, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to be featuring a lot of awesome ladder content from a variety of top players. Here's the list. So that is a solid 24 reasons to subscribe, if I do say so myself. And if you enjoyed today's cast, please do hit that like button so that others can discover this awesome Broodwar content. Okay, so we have dispensed with the introductions. We've got beautiful red versus blue colors. We seem to just have a standard on the high ground racks opening. So yeah, let's see. I mean, Xiaoshuai tends to be quite an aggressive player. We see here an overpull as opposed to maybe a hatch first build. Rush, although his name is Rush, is actually just probably considered to be an incredibly strong, solid macro Terran. But playing against a player that he maybe considers to be of an inferior skill level, they trigger him to do something slightly different. That does tend to be a little bit of a pattern on the ladder. If the Koreans run into someone and they're feeling a lag, or they're feeling a lack of sort of matching in terms of the skills, then they tend to pull out some of their other creative builds. So we'll have to see what happens. The second depot is on its way. Scouting SCV is about to move across the map. The Overlord of Xiaoshuai is already moving up this way. The second one's here, and he's kind of discovered, well, it doesn't look like he's there anyway. So our pool is up. Where is our hatch is my question. Here it is. I'm clicking around the wrong place. For some reason, my brain had this as polypoid. It's not polypoid, Rabbit. It's Vermeer. You've already told everybody that. Please catch a wake up. Thank you, and goodbye. Okay, so all fairly normal here. It looks like we're gearing up. There's no early gas, so it doesn't look like a mech build of any kind. I'm just going for a straight command center off of 2 SCVs. Feeling very, very confident. These guys are good, man. And they back themselves. And you know what? With good reason. So no lair yet from Xiaoshuai. We'll keep an eye on the gas. When the gas gets to 100, I expect we're going to go boop. And we're going to have a lair. He did get link speed, so potentially looking to pressure with that. He still hasn't spent this 100 gas. Is it 100 or is it 150? I think it's 150 minerals, 100 gas. We'll know when it gets to 150, and he still hasn't done it. Then okay, so it was. He's just slightly late, but that does get a few lings out. A little move out from Russia. I think he's feeling quite confident. There's 4 lings over here. One over here. This one's going to get picked off. I don't think he's really expecting this. They picks off 1 ling. There's 4 lings here. What does Xiaoshuai have to repel this? Absolutely nothing. Here's a bunker rush. So when I said he doesn't feel like he has the skill, this is a really good example. So Rush really living up to his name. Looks like he is going to rush Xiaoshuai here. He's trying to get this bunker up. The lings, though, kill all the Marines, and he basically holds that off beautifully. Meanwhile, his own lings have come forward here, killed the SCV that was building that command center. So now Rush is under pressure, having to pull SCVs himself. Does get them off the line. He is going to start to rebuild this. I think this is going to be a bunker of his own. So absorbing a lot of pressure here suddenly. So having gone from a very offensive position to a very defensive position very quickly. This guy is a pro, though, so he's not going to get too flustered. He's unlikely to panic. Looks like this bunker is going to go up, so these Marines can get in, but a couple of lings do get by on a bit of a surround. But the fighting from the SCVs, though, is very, very powerful. So I think all of these Zerglings are going to get cleaned up. 2 of them have to disappear, and once he's gone into the bunker, he's safe as houses. The problem for Xiaoshuai is, number 1, he's banked up a lot of cash behind that. I don't know if he managed to get his Spire going. No. In fact, he's not even going Spire. He's going for straight Hydralisk Den. So he's going to try and rush Lurker here. I wonder how quickly it's going to take our Terran to get his scanners up. So the Academy is in play. and therefore he should have scanners pretty soon. Looks like these Lings can get around here without being in range, which is going to be painful, but there are already 4 of them, so he could probably pull 3 Marines out and pick off these Lings, or even just fight them with the SCVs again, seems to be the idea. So these Lings do hightail it out of here. A couple more reinforcing Marines coming out of these barracks. This has been a really frenetic, fast start. Looks like Xiaoshuai is going to Ling rush here, and I think he's going all in. I think he realizes he's probably too far behind economically. He's got to win now. Here he goes. He throws in a whole heap of Lings here. They're in the bunker, and they're on the ramp, and he pulls the SCVs. I don't think the Zerglings are getting enough penetration, although some of them have got onto the high ground. He only has 1 Marine left. The bunker's full. 3 Lings do get into the house. They're going to kill the SCV that is building that depot. I think the Marines that are chasing these 3 Lings and the reinforcing Lings that will come out of this barrack should be more than enough to actually tidy this up. It is only Lings coming in behind this, but some Hydras are being built and Lurker aspect is being researched. So I see now the comsats are coming up, and here does come the evo. So he should have detection in time for this, but you can see what I mean when I say Xiaoshuai is a really, really good. He's aggressive. He's got good composure. He's difficult to play against. But Rush also has maintained his composure through all along. It's just 1 Ling here that does get picked off. He holds that. This bunker's full with 3 Marines in it. The remainder of the Lings have been tidied up. He does scan, and I think he may have seen the Hydras. If nothing else, he's definitely going to have scanned the main and saw the Hydra den. So he's going to anticipate now, and he's got the scanners. I'm sure he's going to build himself a couple of turrets here as well. So as I say that, the first turret does pop up here. So very much on song here with understanding what his next threats are, what his next risks are. And basically, if Xiaoshuai is not able to break that, he's got 10 drones. He's got 10 drones. He's as all in can be here. So he's got 10 drones. I think he's going to try and flank with Lings from the side, and he's going to try and move in with Lurkers from the front. Here they hatch. So this is going to be it, folks. This is where this entire game is going to hinge. 2 bunkers have come in. He's going to have filled up. 3 bunkers have come in here. So I think Rush is really, really ready for this. He's got nothing else to support him. Here they come. Here come the Lurkers, but he backs up to the support of the turrets that can see the Lurkers. They should be firing at the Lurkers as well. All of the Lings have basically gone. There's 1 Lurker down. He's got 3 left. He does break through the first bunker and kill the Marines that were inside that. He needs to back up a little bit further here. If he can target down the turret without being fired, that's probably going to force Rush to go forward. Although he is running a repair on this, he should have energy in his scanners as well. I don't know how much more he's going to be able to get done with these 2 stacked Lurkers. But this turret's going to go down, so he's going to have to rely on a scanner. But the problem is, once he moves forward into range, he should be able to scan and cause damage. It was actually 3 stacked Lurkers, not 2. So he does back up a little bit. Behind this, it's just 2 racks production, getting his factory, so progressing into his build, not really showing any kind of panic or stress at all, our Terran. He's got this other turret here as an additional safety blanket. Unfortunately, here, is he in range? He just needs to be scanned. I don't know if he has an injury left. There's the scan, so he should be able to see the Lurkers. Does kill the one, does kill the other one, and all 3 Lurkers are down. Xiaoshuai GG's. That was an action-packed game. Guys, I got a little surprise for you. These 2 played each other again on the exact same day, just a few hours later. So let's have a look at how that one went. Okay, so this time we're on Butter. It's the same 2 players. Spawning in the top right position is Xiaoshuai in the blue Zerg. And spawning in the bottom right position is Rush, who is playing in red. Okay, so the game on Vermeer was really action-packed. It was a push out from Rush, which was then countered with Lings. Rush was under pressure, but it kind of meant that Xiaoshuai went into a very all-in kind of mindset. He stopped droning. He teched into Lurkers, and he kind of had to win or it was over. He went for it. Rush showed incredible composure and managed to hold on. So this game happened after that. So Xiaoshuai would have this in mind because it's only happened literally a few hours ago. And Rush naturally would have had it in mind as well to go, all right, well, Xiaoshuai can play. He is certainly good at countering. He's certainly good with speedlings. So let's see what, if any, adjustments any of these 2 players make from game 1. Okay, so Butter being a 2-player map, obviously you know exactly where your opponent is. That does maybe sometimes trigger some more aggressive plays. We sometimes see proxy barracks from like the Terran side. You'll see maybe a 4 pool or something relatively cheesy from the Zerg side, but we don't seem to be getting set up in this way. The Overlord has popped a couple more drones. This could actually even be a 12 hatch start because he's got the money for a pool and he has yet to throw down the pool. He's moving his drone into position. So already an adjustment from Xiaoshuai. He's going hatch first on this 2-player map. That's going to give him a lot more macro, and that's going to give him a much stronger economic position that he had in game 1. So I think that's a positive and a very good adjustment from his side. Rush building his barracks out here, meaning he could simply put a depot next to it and basically be then bulletproof to any and all Ling pressure. The Marines will just sit nicely behind this, and so I doubt we're actually going to see much by way of Lings. I think Xiaoshuai is probably going to try and show off his incredibly strong Muta play if we can get into more of a mid to late game this time round. Alright, so what is interesting though, which I didn't pick up until now, is this gas. This gas tells me that this is going to be a mech build, and if the factories pop down here, there it is. Okay, so Rush deciding game 1, we were playing standard in inverted commas. We went for a very aggressive early command center. We held on well. Game 2, we are going to go mech. I enjoy mech in this match. I sometimes find myself wondering why Terran doesn't only ever go mech in all matches, because it's just so damn strong. But here we go. The factory is on the way. It's always interesting to see with the factory open how much aggression is applied initially versus how much of a macro requirement the Terran wants. In other words, when are they going to expand and what units do they want out first? Obviously bearing in mind that usually your biggest risk as a Terran player is when you face mutas, which can be anywhere between 5 minutes and 45 seconds to 6.5 minutes, depending on the opening that the Zerg went with. Now, Xiaoshuai went with a very econ strong opening, which means he's going to be in a very, very strong position to take on the Terran with mutas. He's building a sunken here. I don't think he's necessarily able to scout much, but he knows that if it is mech, and I mean, he can possibly see that there's no blinking barracks, the risk that he would face, of course, would be a vulture run by. So you would want to block this up nice and tight and make sure that that vulture gets taken care of by the sunken. So what is our drone here going to build? He just looks very confused. Looks like the most confused drone we've probably ever seen. Unbelievable that Rush's SCV is still alive, although he is only being chased by one Zergling, and that's probably not enough to get some kind of surround. But I mean, look at the APM of this guy, man. He's playing at 440 APM like it's no problem in the world. These guys are good, make no doubt. Oh my god, we're doing double port. We're doing double port. This isn't even 111, this is 112. Where was I? I was fast asleep. It's a total one base build from Rush. He is living up to his name in this sequence for sure. It is another double rush. There is no spire finished yet. It's sort of halfway done. And so it is a 2.5 hatch. Where's the half hatch? It is actually just 2 hatch spire at this stage. There's no 3rd hatch yet. And here come our first paper planes. The heroic wraiths are back to wreck drone lines. What does he have to repel this? Absolutely nothing. He's got 2 lings. He's just killed the SCV, feeling good about himself. And boom, hi, that's some wraiths. Nice to meet you. What the hell do you do if you Xiaoshuai? This is such pain. This is what happens on ladder, guys. You face all the abusive builds. You face all the pressure, all the variety, all the variation. And you've just got to live with it. Somehow he found time to research Burrow. Behind this, he's actually going for Cloak. So this is going to get even worse for Xiaoshuai before it gets better, because he's going to have to face losing Overlords. And what tech does he have? Okay, so some Scourge and some Mutas are on the way now. Still just the 2 hatches, but this Overlord is going down. Look at the micro, man. Look at the time that he has to find the micro. He's struggling a little bit for gas, but he's still building a couple more paper planes. Up to 3 here. Meanwhile, moving across the map, there is 1 Marine that could potentially block against any Ling harassment. This really isn't much by way of Lings. And if he does have to kill these Lings, he does have the Wraiths that can do that. So, absolute map control. Xiaoshuai not panicking too much. Is taking his 3rd hatch. Does have the Scourge out. And I think Rush does want to conserve his units. At the end of the day, he is just a 1-basing Terran. So he's on a clock. This can work, but only for so long. He cloaks just in time. That is unbelievable. And all the Scourge die. Oh man, if you're a Xiaoshuai fan, that was so painful to watch. It was literally a matter of seconds between the Scourge connecting and the Wraiths dying versus the Wraiths going cloaked and the Scourge and the Mutas dying. Oh, the Mutas didn't go. Thankfully, the Mutas didn't go with it. It was just the Scourge. But he spent all that gas and he got absolutely nothing for it. So, 20 drones, supply block because all his overlords keep getting wrecked. A lot of Wraiths here still moving around. I don't know if these Mutas can fight these Wraiths. Maybe, let's just see if he has an Evo. No, he doesn't. So he's not going to have spores or anything to help him. He's going to have to rely on overlords for detection. And here come the drones. And look at the one-shot drone. One-shot drone. Okay, that drone ran away, you lucky, lucky boy. So the Mutas, but nobody, how do you see them? And the problem is when you move an overlord into position, he just kills the overlord. Oh, the micro from this man is unbelievable. He's slowed down, guys. He's playing at a pedestrian 350 APM now. Obviously, he's just playing with 1 foot or something. But, okay, so he keeps building up. He's just going Wraith, and now he's getting a Vulk on top of it. The Vulk's probably just going to help him knock out the Mutas even quicker. The armor is there. He's completed the tech tree. I mean, the confidence that you need and the skill. He's got 31 workers, so he's probably going to expand at some point relatively soon. He's got so much map control. I'm sure he'd be in a position to do so now if he felt like he actually needs to. I'm just checking the production tab. If there is a command center being built somewhere on site, not as of yet. So our Zerg is going to get himself some flyer carapace. He needs to be able to fight toe-to-toe with these Wraiths and this Vulk. Here he does. It did actually finish before I asked the question. The one painful Ling does rock up, and he does not get an SCV. Very close, though. Okay, so Rush does now expand. He's able to resaturate. Suddenly the Zerg is going to throw the absolute kitchen sink here. Looks like he's flying straight in the front door to try and take on these SCVs. There's one turret here, which is nothing. But there's a lot of Wraiths here. Wraiths that can cloak, I might add. And there's no Overlord speed. Does he? Okay, I think he got one. In fact, he got the Wraith with the Scourge, which is good. But he's able to micro out of there. The Mutas have got to disappear. Again, he's putting on Cloak when he needs to use it. And he's chasing these Mutas back. He's probably going to get this Overlord for free. Look at that explosion. They fire all together and the Mutas just disappear in absolute flash. It is insane, the animation. Look at that again. Oh, man, that is beautiful. I've got to slow that down when I create the thumbnail to create that exploding dynamic. It is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've even seen that before. Okay, so it's Mutas and it's pain. Guys, when Xiaoshuai plays against mere mortals, he makes them look small. He's run into Rush, one of the best Terrans in the world, and he is just getting absolutely smashed, even just with a 1 base build. How good is this guy? And it's micro, and it's this decision making. It's understanding when to harass, when to pull back, when to block, when to pressure. It's obviously there's heaps of practice and experience that goes into it, but also these people are just so skillful. It is ridiculous. Really is ridiculous. Anyway, so some barracks coming up now, so perhaps a transition back into a little bit of bio to support this. So he's not going to go non-stop. He is building 1 additional Vulk. I don't think he's going to add any more Wraiths. I think the plan now is to then get some Marines to support this and then go finish off our Terran, because he's only going to have Mutas, and the Mutas are going to have a very tough time fighting the Marines and the Wraiths and Vulks combined. And I think that's probably going to be the death blow that Rush pushes in. Okay, so up to 41 workers. I don't think he's going to build too many more. I think this is quite an optimal number on 2 bases. Got these units on patrol, which makes me a bit dizzy, but that's okay. And I expect he's going to pressure the natural, perhaps. The Scourge here will be in play to intercept some of these flying units. He does have a burrowed, I presume, Zergling here, just to spot the move out. That's actually like what an observer would do if you were Protoss. So that's pretty handy dandy. So lots of overlords with speed. We're going to flank the Scourge. There's plenty of them. So it's going to take some serious micro from our Zerg to involve the Scourge exactly when he needs them to. The headache he has is that the Terran can micro effectively to the point where the Marines kill all the Scourge before they connect with anything. And also these Wraiths have got a critical mass, and the micro of the stacking is going to make getting any damage at all with the Scourge very, very, very difficult. So, who's going to make the move? That's the question. Okay, so the SCV is moving out just to come and check. Looks like he grew some feet there. That was a strange little animation. Anyway. Okay, so he's going to see firsthand here. Hi! People are moving out. The Marines are going to chase him down. That's the end of you. Bye-bye. So he's got a warning. Rush knows it's coming. Looks like he's flying straight in the front door here. Here's the swarm of blue coming in. How quickly does Rush react? The answer is very. The Valks are going to be in position. I think the Wraiths are going to be in position as well, although he's sort of staging here as opposed to just moving in. So here's our Valks. Here's our Mutas. Here's our Overlords. And now the Valks are firing away, but the Scourge are after the Valks, and here they come. Here come all the Marines. Here come the Wraiths. They're probably going to cloak. This is the big fight. This is an incredibly juicy one, but the cloak Wraiths are doing heaps and heaps of damage once again in a stack. But the Overlords are here too, so they have a chance to actually fight. It's difficult to tell with the numbers, but he's got a lot of Mutas here. 85 plays 69. The Valks are back there, but they've both been picked off, and the Wraiths have been picked off. Xiaoshuai has done really, really well to basically level the field and eliminate the aerial advantage that Terran did have. But for Rush's benefit as well, he's actually pivoted more into a bio style here. So his plan would probably be to move out with his Marines if he can get out onto the map. I think two more science vessels are actually in play here. So he's pivoted into a more conventional style where he's probably going to try and irradiate the stack of Mutas. We'll have to see if he moves out here or if he does do some sort of counterplay. But these Mutas could be a very effective tool for Xiaoshuai to actually pin Rush back. And certainly this game has gone a lot better for Xiaoshuai despite the fact that he's faced a lot of adversity. And look at the micro to keep these guys red but alive. That is just unbelievable. But don't now lose them because I was complimentary. There's one turret here. There's another. It's the only turret here that's doing some work. I think the vessels are coming in. Does one of them have energy for an irradiate? Yes, they do. And he irradiates the stack. And he loses about 4 Mutalists from that. That is brutal. Meanwhile, behind this, so he's used the vessels to protect himself against the Mutas. And now he's going to send his bio across the map. What does he have to stop him? There's no ways he has lurker aspect. Does he even have a Hydra Den? I don't think he does. He's got no Hydra Den, so he's got no lurkers. He's got one sunken and a few Mutas and a Dream. He's got a heap of medics, Marines in support. I think this is going to be too much bio power. Here's the big fight. I don't think he has enough Mutas though. He's got science vessels too if he needs to irradiate. I don't think he has any energy though, but I also don't think it's going to matter. There's just too much bio here. And I think this is going to be the end of Xiaoshuai. Once the sunken goes down and these Mutas go down, the irradiate goes on to kill the drones as well. He irradiates all 3. That is so mean. He's going to kill the Spire. He's going to get the hatch. That's GG. That was a really, really exciting series. Rush living up to his name, playing excellent, excellent Rush games, but also understanding when to expand and when to tech switch. This is the highest high-level StarCraft you can watch. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back very, very soon with more. Until next time, ciao for now.